You are wasting way too much energy on things that don't matter. You're scrolling, comparing, overthinking. You're stuck in the loop of, why don't they support me? Why is this so hard? Why am I not further along? Stop right now. Because here's the truth. Everything is energy, and the more you waste yours on things outside of your control, the less you have for what truly matters. You. You wake up in the morning, and before you even sit up, you grab your phone. Your mind instantly fills with notifications, messages, and endless scrolling. Within minutes, you feel overwhelmed, comparing your life to people online, reacting to emails, and stressing about things you can't control. The day hasn't even started and you're already drained. This is what happens when you let your energy be dictated by everything around you instead of taking control of it. Energy is the currency of life. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, and every action you take is fueled by energy. But here's what most people don't realize. Where you place your focus determines where your energy flows. If you constantly focus on distractions, negativity, and things outside your control, that's where all your energy is going. And when your energy is scattered in 100 different directions, you're left feeling exhausted, unmotivated, and stuck. The reason so many people feel drained is not because they're doing too much. It's because they're focusing on the wrong things. Think about a time when you were excited about something, a project, a goal, or a personal challenge. You woke up feeling energized, your mind was clear, every action felt purposeful. That's because your energy was directed towards something that mattered to you. Now think about a time when you felt stuck and exhausted. Chances are your focus was on things that were draining you, worrying about other people's opinions, overanalyzing the past, or stressing about things beyond your control. This is the difference between energy that fuels you and energy that depletes you. Most people don't realize how much power they have over their own energy. They believe their exhaustion is caused by external factors, work, relationships, responsibilities, when in reality, it's a result of misplaced focus. The truth is, you are always making a choice about where your energy goes. If you spend hours scrolling through social media, comparing yourself to others and feeling like you're falling behind, you're choosing to let your energy drain into something that doesn't serve you. If you constantly replay past mistakes in your mind, you're choosing to waste energy on something you can't change. If you spend your time trying to fix or impress people who don't value you, you're pouring your energy into something that will never give you a return. On the other hand, when you intentionally shift your focus to things that uplift you, your personal growth, your health, your goals, you will feel an instant change in your energy. Imagine if instead of starting your day with distractions, you started with purpose. You took a moment to breathe, set an intention, and decided where your energy was going. Imagine if instead of getting caught up in other people's drama, you redirected that energy into something productive. Imagine if instead of dwelling on things you can't control, you put that energy into taking action on the things you can. This shift in focus is not just about feeling better, it's about changing your entire reality. Your energy is like a magnet. It attracts whatever you're focused on. If you constantly focus on problems, you'll feel stuck in problems. If you focus on growth, opportunities, and solutions, your life will start to reflect that. It's not magic. It's the way energy works. The more you give your energy to something, the more power it has over your life. Many people struggle with this concept because they've spent years letting their energy be controlled by external forces. They believe they have no choice but to react to everything around them. But the truth is, you always have a choice. You may not be able to control every situation, but you can always control where your focus goes. And that choice will determine how you feel, how you act, and ultimately how your life unfolds. Think about the most successful, fulfilled people you admire. They don't waste energy on things that don't serve them. They don't spend hours worrying about what others think. They don't let small setbacks throw them off course. Instead, they protect their energy fiercely. They focus on their vision, their growth, and the things that truly matter. And because of that, they move forward while others stay stuck. If you want to feel more energized, motivated, and in control of your life, the first step is to become aware of where your energy is going. Pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to what drains you and what fuels you. If something is constantly making you feel exhausted or unworthy, it's time to shift your focus. Redirect that energy toward things that empower you, not deplete you. You'll be amazed at how much your life can change when you stop giving your energy to things that don't deserve it. No one is coming to save you. That may sound harsh, but it's the truth. If you're waiting for someone to give you permission, waiting for the perfect moment, or waiting for someone to believe in you, you're going to be waiting forever. The world doesn't work like that. If you want change, you have to make it happen yourself. Too many people spend their lives hoping that someday someone will recognize their potential, give them an opportunity, or finally validate their worth. But the people who succeed, the ones who break through barriers and build the life they want, aren't waiting for a sign, they create one. They decide, they take action. They believe in themselves, even when no one else does. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you need external validation before you take the next step. Maybe you grew up in an environment where you were constantly seeking approval. Maybe you've been told that you're not ready yet. Maybe you've let past failures convince you that you're not capable. But here's the thing. The people who tell you you're not ready are usually the ones who never took action themselves. The doubts in your head, they come from fear, not fact. And if you let that fear control you, you'll spend your entire life playing small, waiting for someone else to open a door that you could have kicked open yourself. Think about the last time you hesitated on something that mattered to you. Maybe you wanted to start a new project, change careers, or take a risk, but instead of acting, you started doubting yourself. What if I fail? What if people judge me? What if I'm not good enough? Those thoughts are exactly what keep people stuck. They wait until they feel ready, until everything is perfect, until there's zero chance of failure. But here's the reality. You will never feel 100% ready. Perfection doesn't exist, and failure, it's part of the process. The only way to get better, to grow, to succeed is to start before you feel ready. If you look at the most successful people in any industry, they all have one thing in common. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't let fear stop them. They acted, they made mistakes, they learned, and they kept moving forward. And guess what? That's exactly what you need to do. You don't need someone to tell you it's okay to go after your dreams. You don't need a guarantee that it will work out. You just need to decide that your life is worth betting on. Think about it this way. Every single day that you wait, that you hesitate, that you let fear make your decisions for you, you're delaying your own success. You're pushing your dreams further away. You're giving up control of your own life. And for what? So that you can feel safe, so that you can avoid discomfort. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. Success doesn't come from playing it safe. If you want more for your life, you have to start taking risks. You have to start trusting yourself. One of the biggest mindset shifts you can make is realizing that no one has all the answers. The people who are winning, they don't have some secret formula. They're just willing to try, fail, learn, and keep going. You have that same ability. You just have to stop waiting and start doing. The The next time you find yourself hesitating, doubting, or making excuses, I want you to ask yourself, what am I really waiting for? Because the truth is, the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the decision to start, and the only person who can make that decision is you. Your energy is your most valuable asset, yet most people give it away without even realizing it. Every interaction, every decision, and every thought you entertain either builds your energy or drains it. The problem is, most people aren't protecting it. They let negativity, toxic relationships, and unnecessary distractions steal their focus. And then they wonder why they feel exhausted, overwhelmed, and stuck. If you don't protect your energy, no one else will. It's your responsibility to be intentional about where your mental, emotional, and physical energy goes. Think about how often you say yes to things you don't actually want to do just to avoid disappointing someone. Every time you agree to something that drains you, you're giving away a piece of your energy. Every time you engage in an argument that leads nowhere, you're handing over more of your energy. Every time you allow toxic people into your space, you're letting them rob you of the energy that could be used to build your future. And the worst part, most of this happens on autopilot. You don't even realize how much you're losing until you're completely drained, frustrated, and feeling stuck in the same patterns. Setting boundaries is not selfish. It's necessary if you want to live a life that excites you, if you want to have the energy to chase your goals and become the person you're meant to be. You have to start protecting your space. That means saying no without feeling guilty. That means cutting off conversations that drain you. That means recognizing that not everyone deserves access to you. If someone constantly brings negativity, doubt, or drama into your life, it's time to step back. It doesn't mean you have to be rude. It doesn't mean you have to explain yourself. It simply means that your peace, your mental health, and your energy matter more than their opinion. You also need to be careful about what you consume. Your mind is like a sponge, absorbing everything around it. If you're constantly watching negative news, scrolling through social media, comparing your life to others, or surrounding yourself with people who complain all the time, that energy is seeping into you. And it's not just about external factors. It's about your own thoughts, too. If you spend your days overthinking, doubting yourself, and replaying past mistakes, you're draining your own energy before you even take action. The way you talk to yourself matters. If you want to feel powerful, you have to start thinking and acting like someone who values their own energy. Protecting your energy also means prioritizing what fuels you. What are the things that make you feel alive? What habits give you energy instead of taking it away? Maybe it's moving your body, journaling, spending time in nature, or simply getting enough sleep. Whatever it is, you need to make those things a priority. People think success is about grinding nonstop, but real success comes from balance. If you're constantly exhausted, overwhelmed, and burned out, you're not operating at your full potential. You can't pour from an empty cup, and if you don't take care of yourself, no one else will. There will always be people and situations trying to pull you away from what truly matters. The question is, are you going to let them, or are you going to take control of your energy and start living intentionally? Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're saying no to something that does. Every time you allow negative energy into your space, you're giving it power over you. And every time you let distractions steal your focus, you're delaying your own success. Protecting your energy isn't just about feeling better. It's about creating a life where you actually have the time, space, and clarity to become the person you were meant to be. You will never be enough for the wrong people, and that's okay. Too many people spend their lives trying to prove themselves to people who will never fully appreciate them. They bend over backward, go out of their way, and drain themselves emotionally and mentally, hoping for validation that never comes. This is one of the biggest ways people waste their energy, chasing approval, attention, and acceptance from those who don't truly see their worth. It's exhausting, and worse, it keeps you from focusing on the people who do. When you chase people who don't value you, you send yourself a dangerous message that their opinion matters more than your own. You start measuring your self-worth based on how much effort you put into convincing others that you are worthy of their time, love, or respect. But here's the truth. You shouldn't have to convince the right people. The people who truly belong in your life will see your value without you having to prove anything. They will appreciate you for who you are, not for what you do to keep them around. Think about the times you've overextended yourself for someone who didn't reciprocate. Maybe it was a friendship where you always made the first move, always showed up, always gave more than you received. Maybe it was a relationship where you felt like you had to earn love instead of just being loved for who you are. Maybe it was a workplace where you worked twice as hard just to be noticed, while others got recognition effortless. In each of these situations, you probably felt exhausted, frustrated, and unappreciated. And yet you kept trying. You kept hoping that if you just did a little more, gave a little extra, or proved yourself one more time, things would change. But they didn't, did they? That's because people who don't appreciate you now won't suddenly start appreciating you just because you try harder. The truth is, when you stop chasing the wrong people, you make space for the right ones. When you stop wasting your energy on relationships, situations, and environments that don't serve you, you free yourself to invest in those that do. Imagine how much lighter you would feel if you didn't have to constantly prove yourself. Imagine how much more energy you would have if you weren't worrying about whether someone likes you, supports you, or approves of you. Imagine how much more confident you would be if you fully embraced the idea that you are already enough. One of the hardest but most important things you can do for yourself is to walk away from situations where you are not valued. It doesn't mean you're giving up. It doesn't mean you're bitter. It simply means you respect yourself enough to stop pouring energy into something that isn't giving back. This applies to every area of life: friendships, relationships, work, and even family. If you constantly feel like you're fighting to be seen, it might be time to ask yourself why you're still fighting. People will treat you based on how you allow them to. If you keep chasing, they will keep running. If you keep proving yourself, they will keep expecting you to. But the moment you stop, the moment you pull your energy back, you take your power back, you shift the dynamic, and you show yourself that you are worthy, not because someone else says so, but because you decide to believe it. Letting go of the need for validation is one of the most freeing things you can do. The right people, the ones who truly care, will never make you feel like you have to fight for their love, support, or respect. They will show up for you just as much as you show up for them. And when you find those people, you'll realize that all the chasing you did before was never worth it. The only approval you ever truly needed was your own. Your life is a direct reflection of where you put your time, energy, and focus. If you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or like nothing is changing, the first thing you need to ask yourself is, where is my energy going? Most people don't realize how much control they actually have over their own lives. They let distractions, other people's opinions, and daily stress dictate their actions. They wake up without intention, react to whatever comes their way, and then wonder why they feel drained and unfulfilled. But the truth is, if you don't take control of your energy, someone or something else will. Think about how you start your day. Do you wake up with purpose, or do you immediately get lost in distractions? The first hour of your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If you reach for your phone, scroll through social media, check emails, or stress about things you can't control, you're already giving your energy away before you've even had a chance to decide where it should go. Instead of letting the world dictate your focus, take charge. Start your day with intention. Move your body, read something uplifting, journal, or simply take a few moments to breathe and set a goal for the day. The way you begin your morning has a ripple effect on everything else you do. The same applies to your time. So many people waste hours every single day on things that don't serve them. Mindless scrolling, gossip, unnecessary drama, worrying about things that might never happen. And yet, they say they don't have time to work on their dreams, to get healthy, to start that business, or to improve their mindset. The reality is you do have time. You just have to stop giving it away to things that aren't helping you move forward. If you want to take back your power, start by being brutally honest about where your time is actually going. Look at your habits. If something isn't contributing to your growth, cut it out or minimize it. Your energy is also deeply connected to the people you surround yourself with. If you're constantly around people who complain, doubt you, or drain your energy, it's going to be incredibly difficult to stay motivated and focused. The people in your life should be encouraging, supportive, and aligned with the mindset you're trying to cultivate. If they're not, you need to create distance. It doesn't mean you have to cut everyone out, but you do need to be mindful of how much access you allow them to have. Protect your space. Protect your mindset. The people you spend the most time with will either elevate you or keep you stuck. Taking back your power also means becoming intentional about your decisions. Instead of reacting to life, start acting with purpose. Set clear goals, create a plan, and take small daily steps toward what you want. Most people wait for motivation to strike before they take action, but that's backwards. Motivation comes from action, not the other way around. If you don't feel like doing something, do it anyway. Push yourself. Build discipline. The more you take control of your actions, the more confident you'll become in your ability to shape your own life.